Video 3, emotions are creating something. What are your emotions creating? Why are we sharing this? Because we want to offer insights and wisdom to provide a space for ones to be more peaceful within oneself, more peaceful within one's life, if you will, peaceful within the world, in a world that does not feel very peaceful. Peace on the planet, is it possible? We are doing our best to share. Tracy is the medium in which collective consciousness or synergy flows through to convey words, if you will. Tracy has moved aside, allowing the, we want to say, connection, the creation, the sharing, to provide a space for ones to feel better than perhaps one is feeling. All the sharing is based on love, forgiveness, compassion, kindness, love for oneself. So, love for oneself. Have you been kind to yourself this day? Have you been compassionate to yourself this day? So we spoke about anger and what anger does, if you will, and it was a metaphor, but not really. You can do research on it. But what happens within one's physical apparatus when one hangs on to anger for any length of time? It certainly happens when one loses their temper, if you will, an explosion, rage, and then all calms down. So what happens within the body? But when anger and resentment, frustration is carried a number of days, years, months, you fill it in, decades, it creates havoc. Ones will feel it within. And so we are wanting to share how one can come to a place to place down anger, to place down resentment, to place down feeling less than, to place it down, to remove comparing yourself to any one thing, to anyone. It causes so much turmoil within one's mind, within one's heart, within one's soul, if you will. So we are sharing for ones to perhaps feel better than one is feeling. So anger. There are hundreds of thousands of reasons to feel anger, and that goes with any emotion. Again, all emotions are meant to be felt. How would you know joy if you have never experienced sorrow? It all has to be. But we are sharing that it is a choice on how to feel. Now, one's truly challenged, and we understand. What are you talking about? It is a choice. Do you know what they have done? Do you know what my life is about? Do you know why I'm angry? I have every right to be angry. Yes. Yes, we are agreeing. And you have every right to hang on to it a number of years. We are sharing with you what happens when you do. What happens in your lifetime when you do? What happens to your physical being when you do? We are wanting to share how to release upset and anger. It is natural to feel it. You are meant to. It is not natural to hold it. So how does one place down anger? Is it that simple? Place it down, walk away. What would we want to say, what would inspire one to make the choice to release it? What would inspire someone to make the choice to release it? How could we explain to one to release resentment when one feels very, we want to say, deserving to feel resentment? It is understood. The choice is how long you carry it for. So, think of anger, if you will, as shackles around your ankle and you are tied. You are tied. You cannot move forward. Days can move forward, sure. Time will move forward. Time stops for no one. But ones that hold anger truly feel burdened and weighted down, can't move. They are shackled to the feelings of anger and resentment, frustration, hurt. Fill it in. Any unwanted emotions we're really speaking about. And how does one find happiness or feel happiness, better wording, when one is shackled to anger? Because you cannot have both. You cannot be shackled and feel free. And isn't it the grand truth that when you are happy and joyful and blissful and carefree and content, it's a sense of freedom? And when you feel the opposite, it's a sense of absolute, we want to say, shackled too. So how does one release themselves from being shackled to any one thing? The answer is, we want to say easy, but not easy to do at all. The answer is to make the choice to free yourself from the burdens of. To make the choice, is it worth it? Ask yourself, is all this resentment worth it? When we shared with you what happens within your body, within your cells, and when you are feeling the shackled to unwanted emotions, feeling heavy, feeling burdened, feeling angry, your cells are feeling it. They're jolting, if you will. What is that creating? And then ask yourself, do I really want to feel this way? And when your cells are misaligned, where is the healing? Where is the daily healing, if you will? So it becomes a choice, and everything in life is. And ones will say, oh, come on, choice. It's what? You must be from the heavens, they will say. Yeah. Imagine if you could spend your day living as though it was heaven. Imagine if, to the heavens, do you think there's a quarrel in the heavens? Do you think angels condemn themselves or condemn another? Do you think there's harsh judgment upon oneself and upon anyone else in the heavens? It would be absurd to think so. That is why it's heaven, if you will. All divine, all loving light. What if you could feel that in your walk upon Mother Earth each step? What if you could place it down? What if you could say to yourself, I've lived this way long enough. I feel awful. I feel awful. I release myself. I release myself. Once you can find the space to release yourself from the shackles that hold you, you can feel something different. You can feel happiness. You can, because happiness is part of who you are, part of your eternal light. Another video for another day. But what if you could place it all down? What would life look like? What if you could take away all the harsh judgment you have ever said to yourself or about someone else, about any one thing? What would your life look like? What if this very day you said, I have had enough of feeling this way. I am done. I cannot carry it one more moment. I cannot hold it one more moment. I need to feel better than I do. What if this day was that day? Words to ponder. There is great love for you.